This is a message to people that sell land in Costilla County as well as people that are considering land in Costilla County. Websites like BillyLand.com, LandWatch.com, LandFlip.com, and many others. Just type in Costilla County land for sale. Also eBay. These people selling land in Costilla County are not being accurate in their pages advertising for land for sale. Many things have changed in the last year, in this last year of 2015. And on this YouTube channel, I have documented the changes that have come to Costilla County. Before anyone invests in land with the intention of building their own home, they need to know about the changes. They need to know that code enforcement officers are asking people to leave their property, and there are threats of jail time. So this is a situation that has been in development. It has not seen a resolution. People live off the grid using things like compost toilets and bypassing some of the more expensive systems, and a lot of these natural systems have proven to be sustainable and safe. But that hasn't changed the situation that we're in, with off-the-gridders being demonized because they are living without a traditional septic system that you would typically find in the grid. So there's different estimates for this type of a system, but you're looking at several $1,000s. And you have to get a permit for that. And people are being hit with other permit violations, not having a driveway permit. And some people are having trouble with the county. Once they get basic permits, they're getting return visits. Now, as to why this is taking place, that's not what this podcast is about. Although many people are asking for the answer to that question. But there does appear to be wealthy interest in Costilla County. And it seems that they want to change the demographic of the residents that live here. Some people can go, well, where's the wealthy investment going to come from? Or is it coming from? There aren't exactly, McMansions all throughout the high desert, the San Luis Valley, in Costilla County. But with Louis Bacon financing a sawmill in Blanca, Colorado, I have a suspicion that he is a player in the attempts to rezone the whole county. So it's not just the Rio Grande Ranchos or the San Luis Valley Ranchos. It's the Sangredo Cristo Mountain Range area. It's anywhere in Costilla County. And it's not just about the septic. And it's not just about kicking people off their land. They have an RV. I stayed with a friend of mine who is 65 years old. He's a Vietnam veteran. His name is Daryl Carter. And he was also given a citation. And it wasn't just for lack of septic. It was for having a cabin under 600 square feet. This is very unfortunate because a lot of people don't have a lot of money. And so after getting the land and after paying for the permits, for years, this has been a place where for a few $1,000s, after taking care of those things, you can build a home. And building codes have been fairly lax for some time. Now, all of that's changed. And there's going to be some additional changes, potentially, coming to the land use code. But the land use code has already changed in 2013. And it isn't until recently that they've been enforcing some of these changes, as well as enforcing certain things that haven't actually, in my opinion, been put properly into writing to begin with. And so, requirements to have a traditional septic system and citing people for that isn't legal. And it hasn't been legal. But the county has continued to do that. Okay, so the message is for those with interest in Costilla County as well as those selling land. It's irresponsible to sell land to people on your website without notifying people of these changes. People have moved to Costilla County and have come from states very far away. I myself drove thousands of miles from the state of Oregon. This is actually my return to Costilla County. I fell in love with this area when I came and visited in the winter of 2012. And went back to Portland, and I couldn't stop thinking about this place, this land of freedom, and came back, and the changes are in full effect. And so how many people that have bought land in Costilla County or are thinking about buying land in Costilla County, how many of them don't even know about these changes? Now, I don't know what's going on at the office now. I know that I've received emails from people that want to move here and they're not getting calls back from the county, from the land use office, on what they need to do to be completely legal. And of course, I know it's winter and not a lot happens here in the winter. It gets very cold. It's one of the coldest places in North America to live off the grid, or most especially live in an RV or a unconventional structure of some type. And so things are hard enough without having to move and be back in the city, or to be spending money that could go to building something towards gasoline to move an RV or a vehicle from small Colorado town to New Mexico town. You know, there's a lot of people that are still in the general area that have been pushed out of the county that want to come back in the future. They want to see things resolved. But in the meantime, you know, websites like Land Watch, Billy Land, Land Flip, many others. Just go to Google, type in Costilla County into the Google search engine, and there's a few stories that'll come up on the front page talking about what's been happening in Costilla County with the changes, but for the most part, it's mostly websites that are advertising land for sale. And it is irresponsible. You can even say it's immoral and just plain wrong. If you know that this is happening and you're selling land and you choose to not say something, well, then you're setting somebody up. A lot of things have changed in Costilla County since they legalized marijuana, and in a way it's very, very unfortunate for all those people that wanted to live here off the grid, that did not come here to grow large amounts of marijuana, to step on other people's business, or to use their water from the well. It is unfortunate, but it is exactly why this is happening, along with other reasons that we don't know about. But it's one of the cited reasons, along with what they call a public health emergency. All those people, you know, using compost toilets, not using traditional septics. This is the language that Ben Dune is using in a recent article in the Valley Courier. All of you out there that are selling land in Costilla County, it is wrong to sell land without 100% informing those buying land from you exactly what the situation is. And it's clear that there's many people out there buying land that still haven't caught wind of what's going on. And it's almost as if they're being suckered into this, being duped into this. And, you know, not to mention the price is slightly overvalued, even though it's really, really cheap. It's still overvalued. So do the right thing. Money comes, money goes. I think over time the value will appreciate of the land, especially if we start seeing more rain and more interest in living off the grid. Over time, the residents in San Luis and San Costilla are going to see an increase in their taxes if wealthy investment does come in and these large homes are built. If this becomes a pattern, then yes, You can kiss this affordable way of life in Costilla County goodbye. For those of you with interest in land living off the grid, hey, I've learned this lesson myself. Research, Google, and do more research. Find out about the land you're interested in. And if there's any drama going on there with people being pushed off the land, before you go through and make that purchase. I'm Alex Ansary. It is January 12th, 2016.